Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We in the state of Michigan have no budget as we come to the Labor Day weekend, and it's due by October 1st. So do we get a government shutdown? What kind of negotiating is being done? We'll hear from the governor.
Also breaking, forecasters are now saying Tropical Storm Dorian could become a Category 3 hurricane before reaching the U.S. mainland. Now, this development comes as an already battered Puerto Rico braces for a direct hit. In the meantime, communities in the West Indies are cleaning up after the tropical storm roared through there. But first, we're following breaking news out of Canton. That does top our news at noon. We've just learned the FBI is executing a search warrant at this home. It's on Wilrose Drive. Details are scarce at the moment, but we will keep you updated both on air and online as we continue to gather more information. But we do believe that this is the home of UAW President Gary Jones. The raid is the latest expansion of a years-long investigation into bribes, kickbacks, and attempts by auto executives to influence labor negotiations with the UAW. Also breaking at this hour out of Waterford now, police are investigating a deadly fire as a homicide. One woman was killed on Tuesday at the home on North Lynn Street right near West Huron. Police are looking for a man who has been seen at the home before, even as recently as twice last night after the fire. He's said to have cut the grass at the home and might cut other people's lawns as well. Police say the man drives an older, rusted white minivan. If you have any clue who that could be, please give Waterford Police a call. And in breaking political news right now, a quiet summer in Lansing turning into a pretty busy fall. Governor Gov Whitmer today was calling out the legislature for its lack of a 2020 budget, and she is not mincing words. Rob Maloney has a closer look at how she called out leadership in Lansing.
Well, here we are coming up to Labor Day weekend. There is no budget in the state of Michigan that's set for October 1st. Today, the governor is quite upset about this. She's been frustrated at the fact that the legislature went out for an extended vacation over the summer. But in the meantime, there have been talks with her and the leadership of the legislature. They have a confidentiality agreement, so nobody's talking about exactly what they're discussing. But it's the governor's assessment that the Republicans have come up with nothing that is substantial. And so she's essentially telling them they need to bring something to the table in order for her to be able to work with them. It's not getting any closer. Let's hear from the governor.
We're working night and day. I have been here. I have not left because this is critical for us to get it done. I'm at the table and I'm ready to negotiate, and I am working to make sure we have a deal and avoid a shutdown. But it's time for the Republican-led legislature to get serious, to get back to work, to stop screwing around, and to get it done.
So what is transpiring here in Lansing is that the budget director's office is now getting into the questions of what are the essential services in the state of Michigan so that they can figure out what they need to keep going and not going if, in fact, there is a government shutdown. Now, the governor could just extend the current budget if she wanted to, but as it stands right now, it doesn't sound like she wants to. She is trying to force her version of the budget, $2.5 billion worth of spending, a 45-cent a gallon gasoline tax, and so we'll have to see where this all goes. We're waiting to hear still from the legislature, the Republicans in the legislature. We will have them on our news on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. Reporting from Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All righty, Ron, thank you. Also making political headlines this afternoon, 2 Flint lawmakers announced bills to extend the statute of limitations for public officials. The bills give prosecutors more time to file charges against any public official involved in the water crisis. The bills propose making the statute of limitations 10 years. That would be a 4-year increase from current law. State Attorney General Dana Nessel recently announced the Flint water investigation would be starting over. April 2020 will be 6 years since that water crisis initially started. And in the national political realm, a concerning new report from the Washington Post. President Trump is allegedly pushing so hard for his border fence that he's offering to pardon aides that are worried about wrongdoing. Officials say Trump is so eager to complete hundreds of miles of border fence ahead of the 2020 presidential election that he has directed aides to fast-track billions of dollars worth of construction contracts, aggressively seize private land, and disregard environmental rules. Again, this is according to the Washington Post report. He also has told worried subordinates, allegedly, that he will pardon them should they have to break laws. The president, we should point out, has denied these reports. And in breaking weather news now, forecasters now saying the tropical storm Dorian could become a Category 3 hurricane before reaching the U.S. mainland. This development comes as an already battered Puerto Rico braces for a direct hit. In the meantime, communities in the West Indies are cleaning up after the tropical storm roared through. Morgan Chesky reports from San Juan, where nervous Puerto Ricans are bracing for impact.
Puerto Ricans on edge as Tropical Storm Dorian barrels across the Caribbean, putting the still recovering island directly in its path. San Juan's mayor says the fear here is very real after Hurricane Maria.
Do you feel like your city's ready?
We are as ready as you can be. We're definitely much more than we were 2 years ago.
The Category 4 storm knocked out the island's power grid for months and damaged thousands of homes. This time, the city's stocking shelters with food, water, and extra eyes to ensure medicines don't go bad if the power goes out yet again.
Would you call it a Maria PTSD?
Yes, it is a Maria PTSD.
Today, FEMA's blue tarps still cover nearly 30,000 homes island-wide.
No estoy preparada.
Sonia Arroyo is still rebuilding the home she lost to Maria. Now she's frightened she could lose it all again.
And right now this morning, we're starting to see those telltale signs of Dorian's arrival, those bending palm trees here on the beach in San Juan. Meanwhile, President Trump has declared an emergency declaration for the island of Puerto Rico to hopefully expedite those emergency services when they need it. Back to you guys.
Of course, we are thinking about them. Category 3 upgraded from a category, what was expected or anticipated to be a Category 2, as we talked about this morning. So it's getting pretty serious.
We have to pay attention to each update from the National Hurricane Center every several hours. But this is a look again at that storm, and some good news in this. Not a direct hit here onto Puerto Rico. You can see the eye of this, and it's going to bring some heavy rain bands all across Puerto Rico, but again, not quite a hurricane yet, and several inches of rain, gusty winds for hours and hours, going to be problematic. But as we track this storm, Category 1, after it cruises to the north side of Puerto Rico, out more into the warmer open waters to fuel that storm. Category 2 by at least early Saturday, and then right on track to hit the central east coast of Florida here, somewhere between Miami and Jacksonville, maybe toward Cape Canaveral. We'll take a look again, hour by hour. Category 3 means this could be 115-mile-an-hour winds by the time it hits Florida, either late Sunday or Monday. Back here at home, I mean, not tropical force winds at all, but middle 70s, gusty winds 20 to 30, and temperatures in the neighborhood of 80 degrees. So we're doing all right here today, Evrod.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Just into the Local 4 newsroom. After a city council vote to make Spirit Plaza permanent, Detroit is spending to add improvements to the plaza. $800,000, in fact, will be spent in a month-long project to sort of spruce up the plaza. The median is going to be taken out, green space, a playscape, and a stage for music will be added. The project is scheduled to be wrapped up by October. Residents, however, have complained about traffic problems near the plaza, but one city council member sees it as a good problem to have.
We found out that there was some inconvenience, but we're downtown. And so people have to understand that a thriving downtown, you're going to have inconveniences, roads will be repaired, and it's part of being a big major city. And having traffic problems, to me, means that we are growing as a city and we're healthy.
Well, that certainly is one way to look at it. During the construction events at the plaza, they're going to be limited, but there will still be food trucks. We should point that out. Still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, forest fires continue to burn relentlessly in Brazil. Will the country's leadership finally accept foreign aid? We've got the latest twist in their fight with France. But first, reversing course. The United States could soon lose its measles elimination status. We'll tell you when that's set to happen.